Hey guys, happy Sunday. So happy to hang out with you guys. I just want to give you a little bit of data and some alpha of what I think might happen today. Well, it's already happening. And also next week, because we got a lot of really interesting things happening. So get your pen, get your pad out, take some notes. Again, I don't make short videos. I like long form because these short, engaging videos that a lot of people make all day, they really don't help you. So I want to give you the exact kind of strategies that I'm using. And then, again, not financial advice, but you can do what you want. Okay. So first things first, exactly what I made in my Friday video. Everybody wants to feel safe into the weekend. They sell off everything. And then Saturday night, they get drunk. And then Sunday morning, they wake up and realize, what have I done? And they FOMO back into the market. Hence, look at crypto right now. Watch Friday's video. You can see exactly what I told you has been happening happens. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's been happening a lot lately because people are very emotional. Remember, the government shut down right now, well, some of it, and that causes us to use data that is only given to us by Twitter or X and Instagram and those kind of things. So, and whatever Trump's talking about, and that's what people go by because we're not getting real CPI data, inflation data, all this kind of jobs data. We're not getting real data. But here's important news I just heard about earlier. The president is bringing the team back in to report CPI numbers, is what I heard, and that's the rumor anyway. So next week is going to be huge. We're going to have CPI numbers, right? It's going to be huge. And we might even get inflation numbers as well. There's some guess that certain inflation numbers will be flat. Some may go up a little bit. Who knows? But, I think if the jobs data, if we eventually get that, though, as jobs get worse, though, the chances of rate cuts go higher, which causes people to flood into assets like crypto and good stocks and things like that. Now, next week, you also have earnings. You have Tesla reporting, huge companies reporting earnings next week. And I bet a lot of these tech companies beat numbers from the year before. I'm not saying they all will, but many will. And then that'll create more FOMO. And so everyone who sold off and is dumb and sitting on cash and think they're some sort of day trader, they're going to let's get back in. You're going to see a bunch of clowns doing shorts on the market, longs on the market for crypto again. I used to do a lot of that myself, by the way, when I was younger, but, it's just too much brain damage. And I like long-term capital gains. I don't like short-term capital gains if I can avoid it. So maybe when you get old, you just like long-term wealth. Now, here's a piece of advice when it comes to that. Don't take advice from anybody who's not like many, many times wealthier than you when it comes to money or physical or spiritual. They got to be way more powerful than you if they're going to be your master Jedi, okay? You got a lot of these clowns out there that literally they're a Forex trader when that was hot. They're a precious metal trader when they're hot. And suddenly they're an AI expert because that's hot. And they don't have a history working with crypto tech stocks or whatever they're talking about. So many clowns. But I bet you if you pulled their personal balance sheet, you would be like, whoa, dude, you're broke. It's crazy, right? Over leveraged. And again, if they're making most of their money off of making these social media videos and trying to sell you some huge course, well, that's how they make their money. It's not usually by investing correctly, okay? But some guys, though, there are some really good guys on the internet that do sell some of their knowledge that need the money because that's their primary form of income, but not all. Just be wary, guys, because there's so many scams. Some guy messaged me about how he invested in this private firm, and they said that he was buying SpaceX stock and XRP stock before it was IPO'd, and he ended up that company went bankrupt and he's trying to get his money back and he's all freaked out. I don't know a lot about that situation, but I did get solicited by a lot of people to invest into, quote, oh, you can buy SpaceX stock and it's legit if you're a accredited investor and all this bull crap. And you can buy part of XRP. And it ended up that company went bankrupt, and I hope the people don't lose their money and they get a lot of that back. I think the government's looking into that. Maybe they'll recover some. So again, what should you do? Okay, but I wouldn't be on the FOMO bus today. So don't ape in crazy dollar cost average like I've told you into crypto and stocks and things like that. And you guys are asking me for specific stocks, but as you know, I'm a hedge fund manager with Bridger Pennington. We run the Ugly Unicorn Crypto Hedge Fund, open to accredited investors or higher, 100 grand deployment or more. And so 99% of you can't join the fund because you're not accredited, but I'm trying to train you so you can use your brain to build wealth. Accredited, $1 million net worth besides your primary residence. There's a bunch of other qualifications too. Okay, but I'm going to educate you. I'm actually want to be your teacher. I'm going to try to post a video above. I got to speak with Jason Walton's group at Moxie. They sell this bug pest control stuff. But there's all these young men and women that are making a lot of money on commission, and he wanted me to come train them, and it was so rewarding though. Guys, I guess sometimes when you get older, you want to pass on your knowledge because you know you're not going to live forever. And by passing this knowledge to the next generation and to people my age and older, if you're helping people make their lives better, to be able to create a secure family legacy for themselves, and the only promise, again, I have you make is what my mentor had me make is, look, if it helps you, pay it forward. Show others what's working, what's truthful, what's actually happened for you. And in the long term, I think that's going to pay back. And maybe you can have some sort of non-spiritual eternity on this earth because you're teaching people who are teaching people who are teaching people. And 1,000 years from now, you made a difference. Wouldn't that be cool? Because usually after you die, no one remembers you in a year, right? Or 50 years or 100 years, definitely no one remembers you after a couple hundred years unless like they built some statue of you and you're naked and what am I talking about? Anyway, I digress because I went to Italy and there was like naked statues of people and I didn't know who they were. But then, okay, let's get focused. My ADD is out of control today. But here is the game plan for you, okay? Here is the game plan. Dollar cost average into your favorite crypto, into your favorite stocks. Be careful Monday on the open. A lot of times people do a lot of their trades on the open and it like runs up like crazy and then it like kind of stabilizes and they get their butt kicked and then they sell and then they lose money. So don't do that. Just dollar cost average. And I would bet you next Friday, some people sell off because they want to feel safe in the weekend. So the best days that I like to DCA is when there's like massive, huge corrections and everyone's freaking out. That's when I DCA. When the market's up for that day, crazy, usually not the day to DCA. And what can you do for this video? What can you do for me? How do you pay for this? Well, a couple things. Is this video $1 million subscription? No, it's free. But all I ask you to do is this. If you do know anybody who's an accredited investor who wants us to manage their crypto, and they can deploy 100 grand or more, just direct message me. But more importantly, the big thing is share this video so we can help more people not get wrecked and buy high and sell low. All right, guys, this is a long game. So I want you to bake that into your brain. It's a long game. All right, take a moment right now, comment below, share this video. Let's help more people and leave a legacy, and you can live in the minds of all the people you helped and their children and their grandchildren forever.